Do you want to be a part of the CoCo community? Sure, we all do. So join this free weekly live talk show to find out how easy it is to watch at home and learn about your color computer. At the CoCoNation, more than 9 million men and women have participated in the community without setting foot outside their homes. And now at home in your spare time, you can see what's happening, or even join the discussion. Choose from any one of these segments: panel intros, project updates, acquisitions, CoCo thoughts, featured interviews and events, the Game On Challenge, news, Ron's Garage, CoCo commercials, show coverage, panel goodbyes, or you can join one of our extra shows. You can choose from the Game On Challenge Live or CoCo Tech. Join the CoCoNation right now.
Click the link for the free information TJB Chris spoke about. Then decide if you want to watch the CoCoNation Live Show, the world's leading live weekly talk show featuring the Tandy Color computer, its siblings, cousins, and red-headed stepchildren. Visit thecoconation.com. There is no obligation, and no salesman will visit you. Visit thecoconation.com.
The CoCoNation show is an unscripted, live, and interactive broadcast. Anything can and will happen. The views and opinions expressed by members of the panel and the live audience are their own, and not necessarily those of the CoCoNation show, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. Open minds are encouraged, and a sense of humor is recommended. Thank you for being a part of the CoCoNation.
Radio Shack? Okay.
What?
The 80s called.
Welcome to the CoCoNation, the world's first live and interactive talk show featuring the Tandy color computer and its hardware cousins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CoCoNation Show, episode 438. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I'm here.
You guys ready for this schizophrenic weather?
Yeah.
No.
More roller coasters than Jason goes on.
Yep. 60 yesterday and snow this afternoon.
Yeah,
That's
it's 76 now, and it's supposed to be 26 Monday morning.
Oh my gosh, where?
That's-
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ah.
So, Alan, it's coming for you.
I was praying for that in August.
Well, it's finally come
Well,
true.
it's finally getting here. All right, let's see. On the panel today, we've got yours truly, the button pusher. And we got Henry Strickland.
All right, hello world. I just got back from a month in Thailand where it's the rainy season, but it's kind of nice because it cooled down Bangkok in the evenings and was pretty good. Now I'm back in California and it's the expected weather here, gonna be 50s and 60s, and I don't know about this cold stuff. I hadn't seen it yet.
it's a rumor. It's a myth.
All right, next up we got Sloopy Malibu.
Maybe.
Hey, Sloopy.
Hi,
Hey,
how you doing? Are you ready to play some game on?
I am.
Yeah, there we go.
And next over we got Marco.
Hey, good morning there. Glad to be here. Looks like I'm doing the news today, and I just uploaded the news stories to the CoCo Discord in the news summaries and show notes channel.
Okay, and next row we got Alan. To Alan Paradise.
Howdy, howdy from Texas, everyone. Hope you got your cocos fired up.
All right, and next over we got Ken Waters.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, and we got Bob Emery.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the show.
All right, next over, scrambling to get all the news stories put up, Rick Euland.
Hi.
And throwing the birds on the grill, Wingnut.
Hey, what's up? It's balmy 70 degrees in Newcastle, Delaware. Good afternoon.
All right. And Nick Marentes, Thunder from
Hello,
down
everyone.
under.
Good day, everyone.
hey Nick.
All right, and last
Hi.
but not least, we got Brian Weasler.
Hello. Welcome to
Yes.
Midwest Iowa. Yep, I got snow already. I got an inch of snow on the ground, and then that's the snow that Rick's going to get here later this evening, probably.
Do you
kidding.
have a show and tell today?
Nope, nothing to show today. Just thought I'd join in.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So Western Iowa has snow, and Delaware has 78.
Yep. That's kind of how it was going. They have yesterday's weather today.
Yeah, it's 34 right now here. So
Wow.
It seems I'm closer to Delaware than Iowa because it's like 68, 67 here.
Really?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
70 degrees, not 78. Yeah.
All right, so in the chat, it's going to do its very best to throw me up. Okay, so I'm going to do my best here. We got Asserand, Kevin Holloway, Mark Oberhoser, J.E. Jones, Michael Zwiffel, and our condolences. 8 bits in the basement, 60, Jim Rye, Peter Willard, Brian Blake, Tom Eric Gunderson, Jim Rye again.
Sorry, Tom, I missed you.
And Mikey N6IL. Let's see. Porta Coco. Hey, good to see you. And that catches us up on the chat. Okay, let's see. Check that off. Check that off. Next up, we got Henry. So let me get
All right.
this out of the way. Turn that off. Turn that on, and go over here. And
All right, get your pocketbooks out, folks. It's time to buy some stuff.
Right, right.
Hit that like and buy button.
So y'all got me frightened. I had to go and check what's going to happen in Silicon Valley. But it doesn't really start getting cooler until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's not going to be so bad. So I think we're safe in Silicon Valley.
Right.
So when it gets down to like 50 degrees, does everyone go and clear out clear out the grocery stores?
Well, that's where we are now. Is the lows in the 50s and the highs in the.
So the toilet paper's starting to go, and
Have you wrapped your pipes, Henry?
What I haven't done is asked my housemate who owns the house if he's tried turning on the heater just to make sure it works before.
You have one?
Actually,
get the smell out of there. That first burn always stinks.
Yeah, and we should do that while it's a pretty day and we can open all the doors and windows and let the stink out. That's right.
And while you don't, you can verify it's not the house burning down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since I've been traveling, I haven't carried a big CoCo with me. Instead, I've carried my little TFR9 single board computer. This is the one that's got that's the Hitachi 6309 there, the CMOS version of the Motorola 6809. And then, a single board computer back in the day would always have a crystal for the clock and ROM and RAM and a bunch of IO devices like a UART. And instead of any of that peripheral stuff, we've got a modern Raspberry Pi Pico 2 there playing the role of all of that. So you can think of it as a software-defined peripherals being emulated there, but an absolute genuine 1980s 8-bit CPU there running our favorite operating systems, our favorite versions of BASIC. And today I'm going to show you some Forth as well. So this is the board I've been working on for the last month. And today I'll kind of give you an update of some things that I've got going on it.
And where can we get one?
Rick will sell you one if you go to CoCo Connect, or what is it? Connect?
Computer Connect.
Computer Connect, where Connect only has one N. And
no, that's not right.
What is right?
Oh no, you are right. No, I'm never mind. I was thinking of something completely different.
Okay.
And the website.
I was thinking of something completely different. So anyway, we made a bunch of these, and I gave the extra stock to Rick to sell because he goes to the post office more often than I do, or
well, and the correct
out of the country this
the
time.
correct post office on the right side of the world and things like that. Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah. Now there's a guy in England who just took my JLC PCB Gerbers and parts list and stuff, and he ordered 5 there. So if you're not in the US and if if the postal service is too weird these days,
Was that Mike
it's
Miller?
not that hard to get your own made, and
that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Mike Miller?
Yeah, I believe it was.
So I think he just posted that in the chat. I have some PCBs over here in the UK if anyone is interested in Dragonland.
So now all you need is an Australian guy and someone in South America, and you're covered.
You're global.
Antarctica needs a distributor.
We could send one to what's the name of that station? Yeah, Murdoch. Murdoch. Murdoch,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
What about the slices claimed by other countries?
Well, they'll have to order from.
Well, they could take a sled over to McMurdo.
You're right, and pick up their part.
That sounds good. Okay, so let me find the little menu thing to share one of my shells. And let's see, use system window capture.
Hey, Henry.
And I have to say share, and then I get to choose which window, if I remember right. Yeah, this is it.
Hey, Henry.
And there's my terminal, so let's share that. All right, is that coming up and looking readable?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Modoc.
That's a little city in South Carolina. And I don't know, somehow Modoc got to be my current version of the CoCo shelf that I'm working inside of. And then the TFR9 is the name of my repo. And if I go .git config, here's the GitHub address. The user is Strickyak, and the repo is TFR9. But I've been working on stage 1 instead of main lately. So anything I show you today, you'll have to check out the stage 1 instead of doing it from main, because I need to fix the documentation, get everything consistent before I push this back up to main. But here we go. Let's see. I want to first be in the demos Nitros 9. Got a make file here. It's just got one target. Make run. And I turn off my board. Like I unplug the USB to the TFR9 board when I start up the command. And then I turn on, and it starts printing this synchronization sequence with a bunch of punctuation every half of a second. And that's how I know that the board is on and initialized and ready to go. And for OS 9 or Nitros 9 level 1, let's just remind us, we can run level 1. And these versions, when they start up, they run this little basic program that does a little benchmark. And right now it's saying 0.508. When it's running as fast as possible, this would be 0.42. So it looks like we're maybe 16% slower than we could be. Memory dir extended. See all my commands there, and do something CPU intensive, like let's disassemble commands date. And it thinks, and then it goes and it prints. Okay, so we're running OS 9 level 1 here. And I can also run OS 9 level 2. Let's go C2. And it also runs that. And we're a little bit slower because there's the memory mapping taking place inside the pico, which takes a little bit of extra time, not a lot.
So,
and
Mike, I have a question.
Yeah.
So is the idea, as you drive the Pi faster, that drives the 6309 faster as well?
That's right.
You're overclocking everything all in one swoop. The Pi is overclocked, the 6309 is overclocked.
Yes.
Until it blows up. Okay, cool.
That's right. And so when I'm running the this here, it gives you this hint to use the letter C. That overclocks you to 250 megahertz. X goes to 260 and Z goes to 270. I've seen a few little glitches at 270 megahertz, and I'm talking about the clock speed on the Pi Pico, but everything else speeds up along with it. And just an extra note to you Pico people, you can only do this if you set a compile option that says copy flash into RAM, because your RAM is faster than the flash that the program's usually in. But then that means that you can't have as much other variables and big tables in your RAM, because now you've copied some of your machine code into RAM. But anyway, this version is copying into RAM. And if I go Z and then say run level 2, it'll be running faster this time. And we'll see that in the benchmark. It's 0.55 instead of 0.59. And let's see, just what do you do to show you're in level 2? You say mmap and smap and pmap, and we have the proc command, and what is my CPU type? So anyway, you can see I've got a good emulation going on of disk and peripherals and things. H2 is my system drive. /DD points to H2, and this is using the emu disk driver, and that's how the disk is working. When I'm in level 1, DD points to H1, and so that way, both in level 1 and in level 2, I've got access to both of those systems, but which one is the default changes between level 1 and level 2. And the terminal, I'm emulating a Motorola 6850 ACIA or UART. And so that's my two devices that I'm using. Looks like I've got Pipeman and stuff like that. So there we go. Nitrous 9 level 2. And my memory is only 128K right now. And I'd like to get that up to 256, but I just haven't tried that yet, because the Pico 2 has enough RAM that I should be able to get 256 or maybe more K of RAM available to level 2. Now I'm going to go to my next shell, and it's sitting in the CoCo 2. And I got this running only this week, and it's doing a different kind of emulation where for peripherals. The last one emulated a 6850 for the terminal and emu disk for the disk, but this is actually going to run disk basic with a floppy. So the floppy's being emulated, and we'll be seeing what's on the VDG screen. So make run CoCo 2, and it says I'm going to use C9. So there it's loading in the ROMs for the CoCo 2, the extended basic ROM, the basic ROM, and a disk basic ROM. So C9, and there we go. List run dir, and there's a floppy. I can load count.bas list for I equals 1 to 100, print I semi, next I, run.
So you have both the extended basic and the disk basic there?
Yeah. From the tool shed, from the CoCo ROMs subdirectory, there's extbas13, there's a BAS, and then there's a disk basic. So that's an 8K and 8K and I think a 16K ROM. And so that's what I've set the ROMs to be.
Oh, cool.
Next I should try HDB DOS. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I took the simpler disk basic and wanted to see it working first. Let's
so it's text only though.
Change 30 for I equals 2 to 70. Run and save it and call it Saturday. And directory, and it got saved. Okay, so the way this screen is working, you can't see it because it draws it really fast, but it's just appending to the terminal a whole new picture of the screen every time the Go program that's running on the Linux box that's tethered to the TFR9 by the USB. So the Go program on the Linux box is keeping track of all the bytes that are written by the TFR9. And so we've got it configured that every time it writes a byte, that message comes back to the Linux PC. The Linux PC is keeping its version of what's in RAM, and it knows which modes we've poked in the VDG, where the screen buffer begins, and it's watching to see if there's changes. And when there's changes, it reprints this whole screen. So as I start typing FOO, you notice there's a little bit of a lag there where it only checks every 10th of a second or so to see if there's an update on the screen. I've done something similar with an emulator before where it does P mode 1, but I haven't done this yet. I only got this running this week. But anyway, I'm glad that now I'm starting to get actual CoCo hardware being software defined in the pico. Next step will be do a CoCo 3 and HDB DOS. Let's go to my third shell, and this says demos metal, star.c and star.h. I've got two programs here, one called count and one called random, and they've got some headers that have some library stuff in it. In particular, this header, let's see, defines an abort routine, try get char, which may say there's no character yet, and get char, which keeps calling try get char until it gets one, put char, and then routines to print integers, and a format, which kind of does printf like formatting. We've got %d, %u, %x, and %s implemented. And then here's a printf that actually uses that routine to make printf work. And a main wrapper that calls app main in the program. So think of this as your runtime support library, because this is running on bare metal. There's no OS, there's no standard C libraries and stuff unless I provide it somehow. So count.c, this is an infinite loop, and it prints a number in square brackets. And then on the inside, there's a loop from 0 to 10,000 that makes the LED blink. Now this is a port on the 6809 or 6309 that the software defined peripherals forwards to the LED that's on the pico board, so we can control it just by doing a poke, and we've got printf going. So let's make that work. Make run count. Oh, I need to turn off the TFR9, then start this command, then turn on the TFR9, and it gets the sequence, and it's going to load count.s records, which is what it loaded right there. And my hint is C3 is the way to make it run. All right, so it's counting. It'll go up to 10,000, and then it'll start over again. And random.c is almost the same, except it's going to do a peek from a port on the 6309 that the peripheral emulation emulates a random number source. So we get random numbers just by reading that port. That could be really useful for games to actually have access to a good random number source. And I guess my point is, if you're writing just a tiny bare metal program, it can be this simple. And we've got a little bit of library support in there for things like printf and peek and poke. So run, make run random. And after the Pico sees, or I'm sorry, after the Linux box sees the sequence coming, it goes and uploads the S records. And now I can launch the CPU. And instead of counting, we're getting a bunch of random numbers. So that's my middle demo. And the fourth and last demo is a ANS 2012 standard version of fourth written by Sean Connor specifically for the 6809. And he's done such a beautiful job with this. Now, there's a bunch of other fourths, including the legs fourth by our buddy Brett, that I'd like to get going as well. But anyway, somehow Sean's attracted my attention. And after asking him one question and getting a clarification of one instruction that had been left out of the instructions, I got it working. And I've actually got it compiled either with Sean's own assembler, A09, or with LWASM. And so we can actually compile it either way. But I'm going to use Sean's because I saw a weird behavior with that one earlier. Make run wrap forth A09. And the hint is we're going to use C3 to run this and turn on the TFR9. We get the sequence. It's going to load forth in there and set the reset vector to do the right thing. Overclock is the C, and 3 is which configuration of peripheral emulation and stuff to use. So 6, 7, multiply them and print the result. We get 42. Okay, it's working. That's good. What else can we do? We can say words, except it has to be all uppercase. So let me turn on the caps lock. Words. There's all the words that are implemented. Things that you would call functions or procedures in other languages are called words when you're working in fourth. And let's define a new word. And I'm going to call it count. And it's going to say starting at 0, do print I and loop. And that's the end of my definition. So I can say 10 count, and it'll count 0 through 9. Or 43 count, and it'll count 0 to 42. Or 1,000 count, and it'll count up to 999. And if I look at my words now, we see that count has been added to the words. I'm going to start this one again and show you one more feature. And this time I'm going to use, it says CE8 for debug. So turn it on, let it load forth into it. And C is overclocking, so it runs fast. E turns on tracing, where every machine cycle that's a valid memory cycle that the 6309 executes, it's going to send a little packet back to the Linux box describing that, so the Linux can do a complete trace of the execution. And 8 is the slow version of engine 3. And I'm just going to go 3 print. And it's going to take a long time right here. Well, it didn't take that long. That's good. And now, okay, turn off caps lock. VI temp log. And, oh, we didn't get it. Huh. Why didn't that?
Because the demo gods have spoken.
Yeah. I want to run 409. Oh, that's with the, there it is. Yeah, it goes, standard error is going into temp log. So let me,
Allegedly.
I'll give it one more shot. Run forth using the AO9 assembler. And it's going to load after it sees the synchronization. And
this is LWASM or which assembler?
8. Yeah. I could try the, yeah, I can definitely go try the LWASM version. Say 3. Say 3. Why isn't it saying 3? There it goes. Okay, we got it. See, it runs a whole lot slower because it's sending all those packets to the Linux box with the trace. But
so which assemblers? This Kieran's or somebody else?
Yeah, Kieran's. Okay, this time we got it. Good. CY at. Okay, let's go to the first, and here is our we're executing the first instruction at F400. This is the entry. This is the wrapper, the little bit I wrote that sets up the fundamental variables. And yeah, here's where we're configuring the global variables for his fourth. Particularly, it needs access to a get char and a put char routine. And so I'm plugging those in. And yeah, there's a lot of that. And so the way this reads is a cycle could be a read cycle, a cycle could be a write cycle. Here's the address, and here's the data, and here's the cycle counter if you just want to know how long it took to get to that cycle. When there's an at or a double at, that's the first cycle of a new opcode, because we have the LIC line coming out of the 6309, the last instruction cycle that happened during this instruction. So we know the next instruction here is going to be a new opcode, and we know its address, and so we can go look up in the assembly listing and get the actual text line that caused that instruction to compile. And the ampersand means that since the program counter, or since the address lines are just one more than the previous address, we could probably assume that this is a multi-byte instruction, and these are extra parts of the opcode. Like in this case, it's going to be the address ASM launch is going to be F467. So after we push our own program counter on the stack, E9F4 or F4E9 is what comes after F4E6. We will end up at F467, which was the address part of the instruction there. And here we do the 4 steps to launch forth. We set S, we set U, we set X, and we jump to his execute. And then I'm going to show you one little thing about executing his fourth and how efficient it is. There is this sequence of load X using Y and post incrementing Y twice, and jump indirect via X. These 2 instructions are the 2 instructions that get you to the next fourth word. And so here's the execution of the fourth word, which is to call a function, pull something and push something, and transfer. Okay, so that took about 5 or 6 instructions before we get around to this sequence that's always at the end of it. Often it's only about 2 instructions on the kind of the execute portion, which, okay, so this one only has 2 instructions, a load D and a store D is how you execute this fourth word. And then there's these 2 instructions again that get you to the next fourth word. And so here we go again. So you can think of about 4 instructions is what the typical fourth word has to execute in this fourth. And that's because the 6809 instruction set is so wonderful. He's actively using both of our stacks. The S stack is the return stack and the use stack as the data stack for fourth. So I think that's pretty cool. And from this kind of a debugging output, which I can also get it from all of the code that I've showed you so far, the Nitrous 9, the Radio Shack Basic, everything I can get it with the original source code and source comments. Let's see if we see some that has some extra comments on it. No, not really. Some of the code is commented, but a lot of it, all we see is the instructions. See, that code is coming out of my GCC that I wrote my wrappers with. This put char was written in GCC. All right, so there's a little bit of a comment showing why are we comparing it to 13. It's because we want to know if it's a carriage return, and we're going to branch to skip. If we didn't have the source code and it was just a disassembly, you wouldn't have this name and you wouldn't have that comment. Okay. Any questions about what I've been doing here?
Not to be answered in the span of this show.
Okay.
This is complicated. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to have to read a bit.
Yeah. So in summary, I did some OS9 Nitrous 9. I did some Radio Shack Basic. I did some bare metal programs, and now I've just adapted someone else's fourth really pretty easily, and I can get debug traces running under all of those. So, and it's actually running on a genuine vintage CPU as opposed to the emulation of a CPU.
This is what a 6309 is going to do.
Yeah. So,
period.
Yeah, that's right. And I need to transition back to working on the CoCo IO card and the Bonobo card, our networking cards, and because I've been spending a lot of time with this single board computer, and so it's time to make progress on those other projects soon. All right, I'll leave it there, Mark.
Okay.
And I have to quit sharing somehow. Let's see.
That is all extremely very cool.
There's stop sharing.
And then I can find my button.
I have a small addition as well somewhere in this segment.
But go ahead.
Oh, right now. Okay.
Yep, right now.
So anyway, I've also been playing with my TFR9, and it reminds me of the WYSE in some ways, because every time I started up that old Unix box, it always started with a panic or sometimes a double panic, and then you moved on from there. So that's very familiar.
Yeah. Did it do a core dump afterwards?
Yeah, it did. We dumped them into temp because it did it so many times. You really didn't want to save them anywhere. So next boot, it would dump the dump from the previous boot attempt. And life is good. Yeah, there was a little broken firecracker light that came on. It was great.
And then A-bend on you.
Yeah. So yeah, you love the broken fire. You had to get it hot before it would boot, but you had to boot it before it would get hot. So it was a nice race condition at the start of the computer.
That fine line there, huh?
Yeah, you just tried it a couple of times and it would finally get going. I actually had a point, speaking of the TFR, I've been working on that game I was writing, trying to balance it to make the stop playing my demos.
The Star Trek game.
Exactly. And the demo's trying to play while I'm not trying to play it. So let me stop this so I can do that and do this and the other thing, and now I can switch over. So I guess the setting is I want to drop 8 players, and there's a 64 by 64 universe with a donut hole in the middle that is all the occupied space. And I want to drop the new players around that. So basically, I'm going to give it a random location, check to see if there are any other players that are too close, because originally they would just all start up next to each other and start fighting right away, and that's no fun. So anyway, I decided to do a little experiment. If you want your players to be 20, if you want them to be no closer than 20 apiece, then it's going to look like this. First player easy, second player easy, third player a little harder. We're having to try more for Heart of Gold, Axiom, and then Eagle, and then Falcon and TARDIS took a long while. Okay, but I moved that just a tiny bit. I wanted to not kill my browser. Okay, I wanted them a little further apart, so I moved it only to 20. And here's how that one went. So the first couple, you know, it's not too bad. Okay, it's getting a little more complicated. That one took a little work. I think this one resolves. Keep in mind, this was only like 5 steps further apart, and we ended up here. And so now we're trying to set the 7th of 8 players. And keep in mind, this is only 5 cells apart from each other. So random is evil, because I don't think we're going anywhere from here.
You're
I wonder if
using
you
the
could
basic or non-random?
Yes, and then we're just seeing if how far apart we are from the next guy and retrying over and over. So this thing is just random XY. Nope, someone's too close. Random XY. Nope, someone's too close.
Wonder if
It
you
is
could take your grid, divide it into 8, and then each time a new so you have eight segments of a grid.
That's the thing.
Every new player into a different grid.
Well, right, but I'm wanting to go. I was wanting to go honestly random here, and
random might be.
Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that. This is mathematically possible to be done, but it's not going to happen. Just sometimes you'll get a combination where you're going to need 700 tries to find the one spot that's going to work. So anyway, I guess the long story is know your limits. I can keep them 20 apart in a reasonable time. 25 apart, not so much. And then another fun fact, while I'm doing this, the PIA is going out on the CoCo that you see in the corner here, if that's what I'm showing now. Yeah, so the PIA is going out on this CoCo. So I have 2 keyboards here. In this keyboard, the break key doesn't work, so I can't interrupt the program if it hangs like it did there. On this keyboard, the C doesn't work, so I can do the break key, but not much else. Now, these keyboards both work perfectly well on every other CoCo except this one. So I think it's time for a desolder of a PIA or something like that.
Oh, darn, yeah.
But it's been a fun week. This was supposed to be the easy answer because the TFR9 is just not ease of use, so it doesn't have all the, extra crap that ease of use has. The expanded error numbers and various debug things. But it turned out to be worse. I should probably get back on the single board where everything, the keyboard always works in any case. But in any case, I just wanted to kind of report on why nothing's been happening.
All right. I'm sorry about that keyboard thing. I've got one CoCo here somewhere also that has a troublesome line in the keyboard matrix. And
oh, you also get extra ends on this one. Occasionally this keyboard, the old Connect keyboard that I've been using, the one that I built 3 years ago, it's like one of the first key fixes. It now gives me 3 ends and no break key. But the other one gives me a break key, but no C's, but the normal number of ends. So there's actually something weird going on in the PIAs that I would really like to understand better. because why would two different keyboards, except one's a membrane keyboard and one's, mechanical tactile switches. So that may have something to do with it. But anyway, the simplest things have gotten complicated.
In basic 09, what does the random function return you? Like a random floating point between 0 and 1?
That or an integerized number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the next version of the TFR9 firmware, there'll be a magic peak that you can do to get a random byte, and that'll be
a better,
because it's using the true random generator in the Pico 2's hardware.
So I'll tell you how far the cheating has gone here, because I want to be able to send commands to every other player and not send the actual status every time. One of the things I'm doing is I'm sending 3 random numbers, just the float that BASIC returns, and then doing a mod on that to get the actual random integer that you're going to use for your turn. And that way I can pass 3 numbers and do a pretty good approximation of getting 7 or 8 random numbers out of it, depending on how I modulus it. But yeah, this has been fun. I'm learning a lot of stuff about BASIC, trying to do without BASIC, without all the niceties that, the cursor control and subroutines that other people have written and stuff, and just trying to bang through it. And it's really entertaining.
So Rick, on both your keyboards, looking at all the keys that are failed, do they share something in common, like a single PIA line?
No. This is beautiful. That's why I know it's a PIA, because if it was anything mechanical, they would do that.
Well, like a weak line.
The repeating ends, the lost escape are in different lines. The C's on a different line. It's just it's weird. And the thing that's different is they aren't alike. I've got the tactile switch keyboard and the Mylar sheet keyboard. So I may be about to learn something really cool about PIAs. I'm going to pull these off and put them in a beater box so I can, try to see what's going on without blowing up, because this is like the last good CoCo I've got. The one in the back room overheats after a while, and this one doesn't. So I'd really like to keep using it, but not if I have to swap keyboards just to break out of a program. Unplug the keyboard, don't crash CoCo. Plug in this keyboard, don't crash CoCo. Break out of the program, take this off, put the other one back in so I can type a C and change the dang listing when I edit it. Which is the perfect key not to work on the other keyboard, because if you're going to edit, you need C for change / whatever. So anyway, it's been a fun week.
Yeah, it's kind of like writing a book without using the letter E. You've got to do programming without certain keys.
Right, swap the keyboard. And yeah, okay, now I can change a line. Okay, now I can break out of the program. Now I can change a line after I've broken out of the program. Now I can break out of the programming. It's been great. Yeah, this is poor little...
See triglyphs.
Poor little Mylar film is... And Control H doesn't work. I thought that might, but no. Let's all be quiet and see if we can hear Marc's call.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Wingnut, how's that chicken doing?
It's got a couple hours to go. It's but it's cooking good. Yep.
All right, he's behind us. He's got daylight left. Well, check this out. I found a new kind of 9-volt battery. Okay, we've seen the ones that have the square things in them. We've seen the ones that have the triple A, quad A, or whatever.
Quad A, yeah.
This one has 3 camera batteries in it.
Oh.
Turned sideways. 3 3-volt camera batteries in it. And it just squeezed. It was an Energizer brand from 2000.
Wow,
zippity.
9 volts and practically no amps.
Right. Well, yeah. It's for, I guess, smoke alarms or something, I guess. But
yeah, lithium. Yeah, probably.
That's what it came out of. But anyway, 9-volt battery I've never seen before. A nice little plastic box. It's really very complicated. And the batteries probably cost $10 even back then, because camera batteries, 3-volt camera batteries are expensive. Kodak saw you coming, and they had those film cameras that needed 3 volts, and by golly, you were going to pay for it. So anyway, that's fun.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
So kind of changing subjects, but still keeping the camera on you. Your 68K machine that I know you've been working on. Curtis said you've been making a little bit of progress with that. But you wanted to back up the drive, is that right? Or you're not sure about the drive or something? And
yes,
what type of drive is it? Is it SCSI or MFM?
It is an IDE hard drive.
Oh, IDE hard drive. Okay.
Yes, and I have a SATA to IDE converter because I have all these SATA drives.
Yep.
But I haven't had time to try to clone it yet and see if it's actually going to work.
Okay.
Things have been kind of blowing up around here. So
no, that's fine. With the machine that I have, the AT306, I was able to do a backup of the IDE drive of this one with some pointers from Alan, and I just didn't know what type of drive you had. If it was MFM or SCSI, I'm able to help you out with getting a backup of the drive. But if it's IDE, yeah, and you have a IDE to SATA adapter or something, then yeah, you should easily be able to get a backup of that. Then so
I've been waiting to do this project until I absolutely have time to do it. I don't want to try to sit down for an hour and quick knock something out and screw it all up.
Right.
So
right.
I've been kind of putting this off behind my other things, but
no, that's fine. Yeah, Curtis and I were chatting the other day, and I just thought, well, here I
appreciate the help, and I may beg you for assistance if it goes that far. That way.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
That's all I had.
Boom comes down.
Okay. All righty. Well, that's all I had for the project updates. Anyone else have one?
I have a quick keyboard update.
Oh, yes.
That's pretty.
Okay.
So
oh, it's purple.
I got my version 3 keyboards in. They are purple. The main difference, everything on here works like a normal keyboard right now. There's this extra switch here, the push on, push off, that is currently not connected to anything. But eventually, it will go to all this circuitry here. So these little jumpers here, the solder jumpers, that basically just sets it to pure keyboard mode. And I just did that for this first, this is the very first one that I've assembled and tested. As a keyboard, it's working perfectly. I have just flashed the microcontroller for the LED, and I have a new little piano switch set up for jumpers rather than actual jumpers that always tend to disappear and you never have one when you want it. So I just decided to use piano switches. And those just ground pins 7, 8, and 9, and it's in my software what they actually do. 7 and 8 just control the different flashing modes of the LED, and currently pin 9 doesn't do anything. For future expansion. And I guess my next step, after I get the magnetic connector on here and make sure that's working right, I'll remove all this solder. I'll install my components, and we'll see if the plan comes together that I can turn these into a digital D-pad that will plug into the joystick port. So
okay.
That would be fun. And then if I get the joystick part working, the next goal, there's a little space for it here, or a ESP32 that could be mounted there. And then that could turn that into a wireless controller. So like a Bluetooth gaming D-pad. And hopefully that could talk to CoCo's new joystick adapter that they're working on a wireless setup. So that's where I am on that. And then there's one other project I've been working on here, which is this guy. I mentioned it on the show last week, but I finally got my circuit boards in. Let me got a bare one here. Here. So this is kind of designed so that you can put the connectors on all four corners, but it's not intended for that. It's intended to have cables that plug into the back of the CoCo into left and right, and you've got a left and right joystick input, and then theoretically at any time you can just change the switch setting. So I've got to jump around here right now, but it'll be just a toggle switch or a push on, push off, and it'll switch your joysticks between left and right just at the press of a button.
Cool.
And that of course I made a boo-boo on the circuit board. I've already got some bodge wires on there just for you, Rick. So apparently what happened, I got a footprint for these DIN 6 sockets that had pins 4 and 5 reversed. So pin
Oh,
5
nice.
is, yeah, pin 5 is your VCC and pin 4 is a button. So obviously the buttons didn't work and nothing worked really.
Nothing worked, right?
But I think I have it bodged right now, but it's still not exactly working right. I'm not getting full 5 volts out of it to the joysticks. I'm getting like 4 volts.
Well, that's a big concern, Bob, because the joysticks just don't feed very much current.
Yeah, right.
Got that
right.
drop-in resistor, and I made a thing called the mouse tamer that ran beautifully as long as you shorted past that resistor, but you can't really sell something that requires you to hack your CoCo to plug in your joysticks.
Yeah, right.
You
right.
know? So I gave up, but you might sneak
So
it
I'm-
through. You just have
yeah,
to play with your.
I'm kind of thinking it might possibly need just maybe a little transistor on the output to buffer, not buffer, but to boost that signal back up a little bit. I don't know.
Right, or just
Hopefully.
hang a big cap off of it so maybe it can handle the brownout a little better or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. You might get away with it.
And it could just be that I have a wiring error in there still that's causing it to run a little low.
Because you've only got 300 MA, and I think you're going to need about 200 just for the joystick. So you don't
Yeah.
have a whole lot to play with there.
Well, the nice thing, that chip there only draws like 6 microamps.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I say, there's brownout conditions though, so
yeah.
you might have to play with.
What kind of chip is it?
74CBT 3383. It's basically like designed for network switching, but it does supports analog as well, kind of like a 4066.
Yeah, I tried to use those in the mouse tamer project I was talking about.
Mhm.
My problem there was I wanted to also add a high res, low res switch. So
Right.
I had too many of those things, and I found out
Yeah.
quickly what the limit was there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a
just,
CMOS bilateral switch where there's like a one line that determines whether the other two are connected or not.
it's literally like 5 switches, 2 in, 2 out.
Right.
And there's a control line that will, if it's at 5 volts, then A equals A and B equals B.
Uh-huh.
And if you flip the switch, then A equals B and B equals A. So It's designed for an actual network switch where you could connect something to 2 different buses.
Yeah, they're actually described as analog switches.
Yeah.
Even though
Analog,
it's a digital.
yeah. Because I remember the 4016s. I used to love those, and it was a CMOS analog switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but flipping like that sounds like it's for building a butterfly network things for networks. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's just a fun little, I hope to get this working soon. But yeah, you can see the board is designed for kind of any configuration you want, and you can tie wires coming off in any direction, all 4 ports or top and bottom, or sides, I guess. And I think the second version is actually going to use the same little push on, push off switch for the switching.
Cool.
So I got a bunch of those now.
Fly wire to the keyboard.
Yeah.
There's your joystick switch right there next to the brake key.
No, that's the amplifier.
Eat your creep.
Bob, you keep answering all of our keyboard and joystick dreams. What are we ever going to fantasize about?
Right?
Me making enough of them for everybody. Or actually finishing a project, I don't know.
Okay. Tell you what, is that it for project updates? Okay, so why don't we take a commercial break and
Go for it.
hit the news next?
Sure.
Where's my buttons? Oh, here they are.
Hello everyone, it's your good buddy, your good pal Amigo, and joined by that dastardly The Brent from ARG Presents.
You're watching CoCoNation.
I feel like that should have been longer.
The CoCoNation show would like to thank the following patrons: AC's 8-Bit Zone, Alex Gare, Alan Huffman, Barry Tompkinson, Boysen Tech, Brendan Donnie, Brian Walsh, Brian Weasler, Karen Askham, Coconut Bob, Daddy Burrito, David Ladd, Derek Smithson, Diego BF109, Don Barber, Eric Canales, Frederick Segard, Glenn Hewlett, Graham Wabke, Grant Leedy, Henry Gernhardt, Henry Strickland, Jason Warrens, Jeffrey Drywater, Jim Mullis, Justin Larson, Ken Reichard, Kevin Holloway, Michael Hill, Patrick Euland, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, R. Allen Murphy, Richard Harding, Rob Inman, Rocky Hill, Steve Bateson, Terry Trapp, TJB Chris, Tom C., Tom Gunderson, Tom S., William Athing. Thank you so much, patrons. If you would like to support the CoCoNation show, sign up at patreon.thecoconation.com.
Hey everyone, I'm TJB Chris, and I'm watching the CoCoNation live show, and so are you. And probably shouldn't be pointing that thing at you. Enjoy!
Welcome to everybody's favorite segment, Who's New to Discord?
John P. says, "Hello everyone. I learned of this Discord from the Tandy Discord and I'm looking forward to being a part of the community here. My collecting habit started 7 years ago with the purchase of a TRS-80 Model 1. I soon added a CoCo, CoCo 2, and just recently an MC10. I have several other vintage machines, but the Radio Shack line is my favorite." Paul B. says, "Your name? My real name is Paul B. Your systems? Several. In the Tandy world I have the following systems: Model 1, 3, 4, 4P, 16A, 16B, M100, CoCo 2, and CoCo 3. How do you retro? I like getting systems to work and build new hardware and software for them. Where did you hear about us? Saw an invite to the board from the Tandy Discord. Looking for? Looking to learn more about the CoCo machines." The preceding bios were edited for time. Thanks to Boysen Tech, Frederick Micro Hobbyist Sigard, Glenside Computer Club, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, Tandy Color Computer 3, Wingnut 2626, and the CoCoNation patrons for boosting the server. Please consider joining Discord and visiting the welcome section to read these bios in full and see what the community has to offer. Just go to discord.thecoconation.com.
See you on Discord.
Gee, I thought I turned the button off. All right, before we go into the next segment, I did want to announce we do have a new Patreon. So say hello to Marc Castelline. And do let me know if I've totally mispronounced that.
Hello and thank you. Hello and thank you.
All right.
Appreciate all our Patreons. They help pay the bills.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, news.
When you want the latest in TRS-80, Tandy, Dragon, MC-10, and all of their hardware cousins, no matter what it takes, or where news breaks, from around the world to your nation. The CoCoNation News with L. Curtis Boyle. Today's special guest presenter, Marc Overholzer.
Hi there. I hope my Zoom's working right. It's been a little bit weird recently. So I'm filling in for Curtis Boyle today, L. Curtis Boyle on the news. We're going to do the Dragon news here first, get that out of the way, and then we'll jump into the Game On Challenge, and then back around to the Game On news, and then the regular CoCo news and MC10. No MC10 story for today, so Jim Gary, you're off the hook. Oh, well, anyway, maybe you can port a game of 3. Okay, so Rick, are you ready to go?
Sure, why not?
Okay, first Dragon story. Looks like it's off of Facebook. Why, yes, it is. Although the Dragon meetup from October 25th was quite a small affair, there are some pictures from it in the comments of a post by Adrian Sinclair in the Dragon Facebook group. Apparently, even the bartender took a go at Ghost Rush. And Rick has got the pictures there. I think you can use, I think there's left and right arrows you can slick through the pictures. Maybe not. No, probably not.
Usually
yeah,
there are arrows. Yeah, there are.
Yeah, I guess there's only one picture per post. So
they didn't do it that way, man.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, cool. Nice when people can meet up in real life and hang out and talk. It's there's so few of us overall. Anyway, do you have any pictures of gameplay? Ghost Rush or otherwise?
We moving on to the next one?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I'm confused.
Okay, second story and last one for this week. Ross McGowan, who made 2 Dragon 32 videos this last week, adds a third one that goes into the ROMs and the chipset of the Dragon. There's another video to go through the basic ROM upcoming.
And needs to do so quietly. Let's see.
Yep. That's okay. Some nice internal shots.
That works.
That's an interesting view. He's looking across the motherboard to the right side. Yep, there's a keyboard on the right and the power supply on the left.
View. And here's the normal top-down.
Top-down view? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that is. Looks like my channel. Anyway, again, like and subscribe. These people don't usually make any money off these things, so show them some love and support their channel. Okay. Oh, by the way, the links for the Facebook and YouTube and all this other stuff is on the CoCo Discord in the news segments and news stories channel. I'll post a link for you to join the CoCo Discord, and please do. I'm one of the admins also, so please read the code of conduct, introduce yourself, and we will get you added as a member, and you can lurk as much as you like. Anyway, I think we're just gonna get that out of the way, and then we're gonna jump into the Game On Challenge. Ken, are you ready to go? And Sloopy, are you ready to follow?
Wait, I'm doing this stuff today? I thought Sloopy was doing everything.
Oh, is he? Okay. I don't know.
Well, make him laugh.
I wasn't at your pre-production meeting, so I don't know.
Well, ready or not, here we go.
Here we go.
welcome everybody to the CoCoNation Game On Challenge of the Week results video. This week we played Pack Rat. We had a total of 14 players. We had Marc B with 94, Ed Rhodes 124, Rich N 128, Stephen D 149, Mike Zweifel 157. Tied for 8th, we had Mark O and Sloopy Malibu with 160. Doug V 4850 181. Canadian Retro Things 203. Retro Rick 271. Wingnut 2626 364. Tasman 409. Coconut Bob 589. And just squeaking out the win this week, Dr. Ted with 615. Thanks everybody that played, and we will see you again next week.
And the CoCoNation salutes Dr. Ted.
Salute. Boy must be sick or something. What's going on?
Or it's just a really, really hard game. Amazing. I think this is the first game in a very, very long time that most of us have been on fairly equal footing with Dr. Ted.
Right?
Yep. I'm sure last week mine was a fluke, so we'll leave that off. Hey, anytime you can make 2/3 of Dr. Ted's score, I mean, that's impressive.
Anytime like half of the people that play can get at least half of Dr. Ted's score is pretty amazing.
Yep.
All right, so with Pack Rat, I couldn't find any reviews or anything for it, but we did have a few suggestions on the live show about different ways that you can get better scores. Apparently, the way that the score works is every time you eat a dot, you get points. So if you let the little bad guy run over your dots, he changes them back for you to be able to eat again. So that seems to be the only way to actually get points. I don't know if there's an actual screen 2. I don't think there's any possible way to get it.
That's a Dr. Ted question.
Or a Coconut Bob. I mean, he's the one that came really close to Dr. Ted's score. As a matter of fact, he had the high score up until last night.
Yeah, I don't think it's even possible to clear a screen because the thing turns your dots back yellow.
Yeah.
So even if you got down to only 2 dots left and you're going back and forth trading dots, there's always going to be 2 dots.
Or he's always at least going to be on a dot that he's changed.
Yeah.
Being a basic game, it'd be easy enough to go into the enemy and basically disable them and then see what happens if you eat all the dots.
Maybe.
Okay, well, there you go. That's something you can do, Mark.
Exactly.
Thanks for volunteering.
The
Insert
author is
picture of a
on the-
nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
Actually,
Author
for
is
a
on the
basic game,
Discord.
Yeah, actually, we could always ask the author, too. I mean,
The-
he is on the Discord.
the game is actually pretty good for basic. I mean, it's a
Actually,
little bit weird, a little hesitant. It seems like it could be a little bit smoother in the way it handles stuff, but overall,
Definitely, I would say that the updated version was much better than the original version. In the original version, the bad guy was just way too fast.
yeah, and it takes a long time to draw the mazes, so
Yeah, well, that's not a real big deal, but
it gives you a longer pause between rounds. But yeah, still,
exactly, it lets you take a sip of coffee to keep yourself awake for playing more games.
And if that bugs you, you can use the double speed poke.
There you go. Use the original game with the double speed poke. And,
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, other than that, does anybody else have any tips or tricks for the game? I know when I was trying to play it on VCC and I was trying to use the keyboard, the arrow keys were not working properly, so that's in the updated version, so there seems to be a problem there. So what I did is I just switched it over to the joystick and defined the arrow keys as the joystick controls, and it worked fine. So, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Sold to Wingnut.
Woo!
Oh, what I buy?
You bought
Chicken.
the right to talk about the game.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I found out if you fill half the screen and just continue to run from the enemy, that's the best technique that I found.
Yeah, definitely the way to get points. So, all right. Well, I guess that is all for that game. So we'll move on to the second game that we played last week, which was Stronghold. And I can't really talk about this because I haven't tried it yet. So, I know Sloopy, you were playing it. What are your thoughts on Stronghold?
I'm currently playing it.
Okay. So,
Well, join the show and tell us about it.
But
I
I'm
know you
doing
were-
really good.
I know you were complaining a little bit about the way that the controls work on it. Take
Yeah,
it away.
it's not intuitive. I mean, you have an analog control, and yet it's using it in a digital manner.
So it's just moving you left or right. It's not positioning you.
Correct.
So then your little cheat of using your little cheating paddle controller that you made is not working for you.
That's not cheating. That is a tactical advantage.
Now I've definitely played this game a lot on the Atari 2600, but not on the CoCo yet. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the controls are not intuitive. I mean, it is a decent game, though.
no, just one. I guess you have to get used to the controls. So do you have any tips or tricks for it?
Yeah. Learn how to code and then fix the controls.
Okay, well, I'll expect that by Game On Challenge next week. You'll have learned how to code and fix the controls.
Sure, I'm all over that. But yeah, it's, as many have said, it's a decent game. It seems to be a pretty faithful reproduction. And it was pretty popular on the Game On, so I guess it's a good game.
Yep,
Gets a thumbs up.
Quite a few scores have been submitted, and well, actually, we did pretty good on Pack-Rat too. So I guess people like their Pac-Man games. All right, then. I guess we'll move on to talking about the live show. So I'll just bring up some footage from that. If nobody else has anything else they want to say about either game.
Nope.
All right, then. Here we go. So, as you can see, a few people playing. Sloopy, did you want to talk about this?
I guess so. I mean,
I'm
this is
going to
the
interrupt
first
your
time.
playing.
This is the first time I've ever gotten to the second level in Stronghold.
You got all week to do that. You got a whole nother week.
So, yes, it was a quite successful show. We actually had what, 6 people playing, I think.
Let's see. There's 5 there. 6 right here.
I eventually made it on. There I am.
Yeah. So, and people were actually playing the games.
Well,
some of them.
4 of them are playing the games here.
Yeah. Hey,
I was playing dung beetles. No, it's dung beetles.
Megabug.
Dung beetles.
Megabug.
Nah.
You don't know what you're talking about, Apple boy.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Atari boy.
Bob Bishop was an Apple boy.
But yeah, I mean, people had fun. Kind of low turnout in the chat though, which I'm wondering about.
Oh, well, as long as we're having fun playing the games.
Yes. The idea is for people to play the game, so low
we
chat
also-
turnout's not a bad is not too bad, but low player turnout, that's not a good thing.
We should probably also check the name on YouTube and stuff, because I noticed that the titles were not updated.
Yeah, the
Set up today.
205 was
No, it was still on last week's last Saturday show.
when I checked it showed proper.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. Well, I guess if we wanted more people to join the live show, Sloopy, tell them how to do it.
they can join the CoCo Discord and join us at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And join the Game on Challenge live chat, and that will automatically put you in the stream.
Hecklers are encouraged.
Yep. And you don't have to play the game on Games of the Week. You could play other games as long as they're CoCo games. And you also don't need real hardware. You can play with emulators or even with the Play Now button in the place where you download the games. The CoCo archive.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, well, shall we take a look and see what the game for the next 2 weeks is going to be?
Absolutely.
All right, this is going to be a really hard one to guess. I spent hours last night looking for the most obscure CoCo game I could find.
Uh-oh.
And since Curtis isn't here, I'm going to guess that probably nobody's going to be able to guess what this game is.
So what? This is a port from a Brazilian CP400?
Oh, no, wait. I chose this game. Never mind.
Oh,
no one can guess what that is.
Pickleball.
I'm going to go say that it looks like a pinball type game.
Ooh, hey.
There aren't any of those for the CoCo.
Not another pinball game. How many do we have to play?
As a matter of fact, there is a brand new pinball game for the CoCo.
It looks like it's on the CoCo 3.
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Oh, darn. I have to switch out my CoCo T1 again.
So this game was announced a couple of weeks ago, and we did. I'll put a link to where you can get this from Nick's itch.io page. So yeah, this is the game we're going to be playing for the next 2 weeks, and
so yeah. Starting now, you have an influx of orders that push you over the edge to go get your next Ferrari.
Right. Because it is HIO, so you can have it tonight and start working on that score.
And Nick, don't forget my 10% cut for choosing this as the game challenge.
Only 10%. And Nick, don't forget my 5% for kick him in his shins until he decided to do it.
Taxes.
Hey, Brian Wiesler, just remember, we're complaining about all the pinball games. There's still more Neutroid games. Well, and Pac-Man games.
Right. No, I love
All right,
pinball.
so everybody enjoy the pinball game for the next 2
Excellent
weeks.
choice.
And that's all I have to say.
Oh, and I don't know who chose Stronghold, but it reminds me of Neutroid.
I think it's more playable than that.
Well, no, it was the entire time I was sitting here talking, it was on level 2. I never touched the controller in level 2, and I got past level 2.
Nice.
Then when I started playing level 3 while you were talking about pinball, I died pretty quick.
All right, perfect. I love games that'll play themselves.
There's your
Yeah.
play chip. Yeah.
And that's my highest score in Stronghold ever by like 4 times.
Perfect.
I seem to remember trying one of the Neutroid games, and it did better playing itself than I did.
That's how I played. Every time I just let it play itself, it got a better score than I ever got actually playing it. So
But I just wanted to let you know.
it
Back
just goes to show that with a computer, just let it do its thing, because a human's only going to screw it up.
Absolutely.
Smarter than we are.
All right. Well, I guess back to the news.
Sounds good. Since we're on the Game On Challenge right now, let's jump over to the Game On news. Are you ready for that? Or the game news, Rick, or do you want to go someplace else?
Game news. Let me scroll back to find it. Didn't we
If
do
you're
that?
ready.
What have we done? Okay, we did Dragon. What did we do already?
We did Dragon. We only did Dragon. That's all we did.
We did Dragon, so now I got to go past CoCo and come down to Game On, and let's join.
So it appears this week we only have 5 news stories for Game On News. I'll try to drag these out as long as possible, since I keep getting hate mail about going through them too quickly. Oh, no, I don't. I don't get hate mail.
We'll just make up stuff. You'll be good.
Make up stuff. Okay. First story. Looks like website Renga in Blue, which reviews adventure games, has started tackling games from the first Rainbow Book of Adventures. They cover Polynesian Adventure by Don Dunlop. Part 1 looks like it is okay, yep, got a blog there. What's that, Detritus? Is that the first story? Detritus, okay, right. Got the right link?
No. That's the link we were given, but that's not the right link. Let's see.
Well, it says Polynesian Adventure 1983, but weird. Okay.
Okay, what am I sharing? You know, I'm sharing.
That is the right website. It's just the wrong game.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think I've heard of a CoCo game with that name. So does anybody else recognize that one? I don't think it's a CoCo game.
Okay, the second link is the one that we should have here.
Okay. So this is the Polynesian Adventure Virtual Vacation. Okay. Well, for some reason, this is part 2. So is that a map? Somebody drew a map?
It looks like someone's trying to finish the game. Okay. Cheat code. Spoiler alert. No one look at this.
Hey, it gives you a clue. Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes the game's so tough you can't figure out where to start.
Been there.
Anyway, yeah, it looks like a map of New Zealand and the South Pacific. So yeah, this is definitely sounds like a Polynesian adventure.
Ocean. So island to island hopping is what we're doing here.
And obviously it's like a treasure hunt or something where you have to go from island to island in order to solve some sort of problem.
And then off to the west and figure it out yourself.
I hope they put a link to the the game so we can actually try this sometime. That looks interesting. Okay, and the third one is Ruby Chalice. Search for Ruby Chalice. It says 15-year-old Justin Paola. Is that who the author of the game? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, still 1983 it looks like. So I see text adventure game. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask questions, walk through. Cool. Anyway, please check out Renga in Blue's website and check out the games. There might be some other cool adventure games there too. Anyway, okay, Rick, let's not much I guess to see here. Looks like an adventure game, so let's move along.
All right. Okay, so
ZX Frankie on YouTube. Yep, there we go. Oh, Dragon 32, Robin Hood. ZX Frankie on YouTube did a high score attempt on Robin Hood, this time achieving a score of 12,234. YouTube video. Yeah, it looks like what Payload 4 graphics. Nice. Again with YouTube, please subscribe for these people and hit the like button. Let them know that they're paying attention. You're paying attention, and they could make more videos so we can see more stuff like this. Okay. Anybody ever seen this game? It's a dragon game. Nope. Everybody quiet. Everybody sleep. I think I put everybody to sleep. Okay, ready to move on to the third story?
Wow. Where are we at? Oh,
retro arcade gaming.
Some Australian guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Short video showing the two main CoCo 3 Pac-Man clones transcodes, including a comparison video as well. The first one is Nick Marentez Pac-Man tribute, something like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
Marionette. Yeah,
it's pronounced marionettes.
Marionettes. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I've heard of this one before. Okay, and then there's a transcode from some guy named Glenn Hewlett. I understand he's good at transcodes because he's done more than one. Actually, I think he's done more than 3. But anyway, I do like the gameplay on the Nick Marentez game. From what I remember in the arcade, it seems very... What? Who?
Goes to show you, $50 gets you a good review.
I was going to
nicely done.
No, I always liked your gameplay, Nick. I mean, it's like the action looks correct as it goes around. I haven't played a lot of Pac-Man, but everything I've seen is like it has the right feel to it. So, anyway, and definitely the transcode is the code. I mean, the transcode is the real game, so it's got to be correct.
I've got to kill Linus because YouTube decided it was going to run LTT for us. So we've moved on to.
Did you say this guy was an Australian guy?
No.
No, you're the Australian.
You're the Australian.
Oh, okay. No, I heard it.
And then they compared a lot of the other Pac-Man, it seems.
Yeah, there's those two specifically, and then a bunch of other ones. So anyway, go check out their channel. The links are in the show notes. You can get on the Color Computer Discord. Okay, that's all. This is the other. So this is Commodore 64 one. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool looking too, and I'm sure they got great sound, knowing that's a Commodore 64.
Well, right, since you got a whole chip for that.
Exactly. Okay, are we on to? Yes. Retro, sorry,
Spriteworks.
Story 4, Spriteworks, Jay Monday, has made an official video promo for his newly released MC10 game called Ultrix Sentinel, otherwise known as Us. YouTube video, this is some nice artwork. So do remember that his first game was Them. So.
You would never guess they were related, right?
Not at all. I'm just amazed, and it's just like, getting all this stuff. Well, I guess they are using with the MCX 128, and it's just what they're doing is just fantastic for an MC10.
Exactly.
It's like, wow, leveraging the hardware. Anyway, there's a whole backstory and very cool. We even have one of the agents that's it's not on the show today, but Ron Deluxe is one.
Yeah, I wonder what he's up to today since he's.
I wonder.
Here. He's always here.
I wonder if maybe he was got by the enemy.
Yeah, anyway. Maybe he's been absconded with.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, one more story. The Amigos are releasing their next CoCo Show episode on Sunday, which is tomorrow, covering the newly released this summer Spooks platformer game for the CoCo 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, I don't remember this one, Spooks.
Oh.
We must have covered it in the news. I just must not have been paying attention. So definitely a platformer game. Cool. I wonder if you can get this. I'll probably tell you, but
I can't go anywhere from here. So this is
okay. That's fine.
I don't know why.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's a preview. That's what's going on. Okay.
People who know the Amigos Retro Gaming, they'll be able to get on the channel and find the video. Well, tomorrow. You know what? It's supposed to not go till tomorrow, so it's probably just a thumbnail screen.
Oh, this is YouTube's putting up stuff that doesn't exist yet. Like the CoCoNation link was up this morning at like 10 o'clock.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Okay, well, that wraps the Game On news for this week. Of course, there'll be more next week, and glad to have you all along. Okay, we're going to roll back to the CoCo 1, 2, 3 and multi-platform news. By the way, there is no MC10 news this week. Jim Gary, get working on that.
I was busy this week there.
He probably was. Okay, 6809 Assembler. George B. Janssen's CoCo 3 specific ASM tutorials got new stuff out again. He's been doing this for the last couple of years. I've been trying to follow along with some of them. Got so much going on, but really like the stuff he's doing and stuff he's showing. And he has a nice steady pace that he goes at. Anyway, George Janssen returns with another CoCo 3 assembly language demo by doing a spinning ball illusion. It's quite cool how he does it. You can get the demo disc on his channel in the CoCo Discord, and you can also usually download it from his links in the YouTube channel stuff. Anyway, we have a link to his YouTube channel in the notes, and you can ask him questions on the Color Computer Discord because he's a really nice guy. That's cool. Ready to move on, Rick? Any questions, by the way, from the panel, audience?
Sub-Etha has went off into the Sub-Etha. We're waiting on the tab to log.
No problem.
Or have I? No, I got speed. No, okay. Here we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Come on. There.
No problem. I'm just checking the chat to see if anybody's asking any questions. Nobody is. They must always
now
be asleep.
this is vintage Sub-Etha. You got the don't panic right on the top there.
Of course.
I'm sure there's a towel just off screen down. By the way, I have my towel nearby. So
excellent. That makes you a hoopy fruit. I actually had that come up at work. Where I work, we do embedded control systems, and our secret lock code is 42. And I mentioned that to a guy, and he said, I was wondering about that. And
just ask that secret lock code.
Secret lock code. Exactly. Anyways, I came up about the hoopy fruit. I said, do you know where your towel is? He said, yes, it's right here next to me. Okay, I digress. Okay, Alan Huffman. Alan Huffman has posted multiple CoCo-related articles in his Sub-Etha Software blog. Part 1 of his dissecting his mini banners program, the Deck B version, a program that he sold back in the day.
Which was awesome because they did the multiple rows of text and so forth. It wasn't just don't panic. It would do sale, don't chance miss out as one print, which wasn't common back then. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he also managed to find some of his source code for the program for the MM1, which he has uploaded to his GitHub. And again, we have all the links in the show notes you can find on the Color Computer Discord. Please check our links to it. Oh, by the way, it's real easy. It's discord.thecoconation.com or CoCoNation Live, and you'll get an invite. Let's see. Also, he has another blog post, a little different. He's asking if anyone has a copy of the info patch program written by Sub-Etha co-founder Terry Todd, which patched Infocom games to run in 80 columns with mixed upper and lower case on the CoCo 3, double speed, and changed the disk read-write routines to use 6 millisecond track-to-track rather than the default 30 milliseconds.
I'm sorry,
we're
still hanging in a load loop.
No problem. No problem.
Whatever Sub-Etha server is it's not keeping up.
Not cooperating, huh?
Here we got
anyway.
Info patch there.
There we go. Okay. It says, well, we have patch versions now that do the same. I think this was the very first program to do it. And Alan no longer seems to have a copy of it either in source or running form. So anyway, if you happen to have the info patch written by Terry Todd, would you please contact Alan Huffman at his website and see if you can hook him up. Alan also posted a blog about the peak versus arrays in BASIC to read, write 32 column screen. Well, that sounds interesting. I know Alan is always experimenting with the various things in BASIC, quicker ways to do things that are not really obvious, but get the job done. So it's always good reading his stuff. I really enjoy that. By the way, Alan actually worked for Microware OS 9 as a trainer. He did a lot of traveling, and so he's very familiar with OS 9 as well as the CoCo and the standard BASIC. Okay, moving on to the next story.
Which is
interesting. More Alan. Alan also posted some CoCo related things to the CoCo Facebook group from his Sub-Etha Software account, including a mock-up of getting a vertical scrolling 32 column text-based version of Donkey Kong. Ooh, interesting. That could be ported to the MC10. Hint, hint.
Jim, where are you?
Got a new job for you. That's okay. We'll probably be seeing that in a week or 3. Okay, that's cool. UG Basic news. UG Basic now has the manual updated to match the latest 1.18 release that we talked about last week, which now includes Hitachi 6309 support. Anyway, that's cool. I've played with this a little bit compiling it, but I haven't really tried many games other than a few of the demo things. But Erico from Brazil has been messing with it a lot for some of his stuff, and I think there's a couple other people that are trying it out. This is a cross-platform hosted BASIC that can target multiple CPUs and platforms. So currently it targets Z80 systems as well as 6502 and the 6809, and obviously now the 6309. And some of that stuff, yeah.
So now it's actually ahead of the machine it's emulating, because Deck B doesn't have 6309 normally. UG Basic does.
That's true. So yeah, I guess some of the game demo things can be cross-compiled to multiple platforms from the same sort of basic source code of UG Basic. UG means Micro Games Basic. So very cool. The guy is very adamant. Marco Splendetti, I think his name is, very adamant about doing updates and releases and fixes. It's a really moving project, and it's very cool. Okay.
Question. Yeah. So if you ran a 6309 native program that you made with that basic, and you run it, like I'm asking because, you know, Rick said if you run it from disk basic, are there any interrupts going on from basic while you're running that game, like scanning your break key or something?
I assume there is. I mean, it's designed to, I don't think it replaces the ROMs or anything. I think it leaves all its
I'm just thinking more in the line of what Deck B does with the code that you've given it. Has nothing, no 6309 optimizations at all. So unless someone rewrites what, you know, the Deck B ROM to be optimized,
take advantage of it, right? Make a 6309 specific version, right?
I guess as long as interrupts are not looking at the state of the stack that was in the program, that 6309 is not going to confuse it. But that's the place where operating systems, if the operating system is trying to do multitasking, whatever, and looking at what's on the stack, then the 6309 will confuse it.
But just not confuse it, but what you can do with the 6309 in terms of the registers and the math you've got now, Deck B could be way better. It's just who's going to do it.
Besides that, and it breaks it, so then you're stuck.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if anything broke it, but okay, we'll let it go. Thanks.
No problem. Next up, James Diffendaffer. We haven't seen him in real life in a while, at least I haven't.
No.
James Diffendaffer posted a short extended basic program to the CoCo Facebook group to draw a sign flower, I guess it is, flower ship, slightly optimized conversion from the Auric. So yeah, he posted source code. Cool. Is there a scroll down? Is there a picture of it? Graphic image?
There you go.
There we go. So it looks like he's using sign to generate that.
So you get left-handed and right-handed flowers depending on.
Yep. It's a rotation. I'm sure it's a rotation, both a rotation and
exactly.
And the extent, extremity. What is it? Anyway, yeah. I mean. Yeah,
we've made a spirograph. Is what we've done.
Yep, we made a spirograph. Thank you, James. Always fun to talk with.
Yes.
Okay, Rich Stevenson posted to the CoCo Facebook group about an updated FujiNet utility disk, FujiUtil, which includes time.bin, print out the current date and time, drives.bin, print out the current drive slot configuration, cfg.bin configuration, I guess, resets drive configuration and reboots the CoCo to the configuration program. finfo bin prints network adapter information and firmware version. App keys bin peruse through the app keys created by various applications. Anyway, Facebook post, I'll have to get on that and get that downloaded from my FujiNet. And utilities are always handy for getting stuff done. Also, if they provide code, it's always excellent too, so you can see how things are done. Anyway, appreciate that greatly, Rich, and appreciate everybody working on the FujiNet project. And thank you, Tom. He was on here earlier, checking in on us. Thank you, Tom, for all your work in the background on this. Thomas Cherry Holmes. Okay, moving on. Oh, it's Ron Deluxe. I mean, Secret Agent Ron Deluxe
Who
has
is
produced
definitely, yes, not doing anything this week important at all.
definitely must not be at all. Has produced a Distro Mini-controller labels that duplicate the original from back in the late 80s, early 90s. And here's on the Facebook. Oh, look at those. Ron, of course, is a great artist, and looks like he's probably applied his artistic skill to what was printed out back in the day and has made some new versions available. Thank you, Ron. Greatly appreciated. Moving along, Sheldon McDonald. So people are familiar that Sheldon McDonald, he came to CoCo Fest this year for Saturday. It was really nice to meet him in real life, first time ever. And he has been working with Brendan Donahue on a dual SID cartridge, well, 2 cartridges, but working as a pair on the CoCo to bring the Commodore 64 music to the color computer. Anyway, I guess they were using the SID, the modern SID replacements, but if you have an actual SID, I've got a half dozen. You could probably swap those in instead. Anyway, Sheldon has posted a video on the CoCo Facebook group showing his MAME version 282 running his latest SID player disk. This allows MAME to emulate the hardware version that Sheldon and Brendan Donahue have made. So cool. Looks like they've got MAME emulating the hardware.
You get an EQ on screen. Nice.
Yep. I think it is great that that the MAME people will take hardware that's been developed in the last few years and made it available as virtual modules. That's
right. That's beautiful.
If you can do that, it means you can develop in MAME to do stuff and then target the real hardware. Always very cool. And again, thank you, Sheldon, and glad to meet you in real life. Okay. Any comments other than don't panic? Thank you, Daddy Burrito.
Yes.
Okay, moving along. TRS-80 Retro Programming on YouTube did a video with his very first taste of the CoCo 3 running from VCC. So TRS-80 Retro Programming has had a channel now for what, 4 years, 5 years? He's been doing a lot of stuff. He was a CoCo 1, CoCo 2 user. So CoCo 3 was not really his bailiwick, I guess it's pronounced. But I'm glad that he's kind of reaching out now. He's done a lot of good content working on games for the CoCo 1 and CoCo 2. Nice videos, really interesting to watch. Watched a whole bunch of them. Anyway, please definitely go and subscribe to his channel. Give him a like. He has got some good content out there. And there's like 2 or 3 people in the color computer community that have some really excellent long-term channels with lots of videos and lots of content. Anyway, glad he's experimenting with the CoCo 3. Maybe someday we'll hook him up with some real hardware.
All right.
Anyway, TRS-80 Trash Talk recorded episode 45 last Saturday, a few hours after our show, and the hour-and-a-half episode is available for viewing on their YouTube channel. Ian Maverick talks about his Distro Mini-controller clone he is now selling, and Nick Laurentiis pops up to talk about pinball. Shameless plug. Okay, anyway.
Where is that?
Someone's got to do it.
I didn't have time last week. Otherwise, I would have joined them. So,
oh well.
Looks like they got a good sized panel. I love it. So they only do this like quarterly or so. So they don't have very many shows, but they always seem to have a good time. It's always nice to see what the rest of the TRS family is doing. So, anyway, by the way, there's also a Tandy Discord channel that covers all the systems, including all these others that are not CoCos, that you can join as well. If you need a link, just ask on the CoCo Discord and I'll magic you one up. And it looks like the last story we have this week, number 11, is Curtis finally had a chance to quickly type in the notes from the Glenn Dahlgren had for the Phantasm assembler that both DICOM and Sundog systems used back in the day. So the Phantasm download on the Color Computer Archive now includes some brief instructions as well as the disk image. Anyway, follow the link to the Color Computer Archive in the show notes and you can download all of it. And I guess we don't have a link there. But, anyway.
Well, there's a link in the show notes for the zip file, which isn't very...
Yeah, isn't very helpful. So
doesn't show very well on video, yes.
Anyway, Mark B and the rest of the team here, that's about all the news we have. It's kind of a short news week, and I tried to drag it out as long as I could, but I'm just not as good a facilitator as El Curtis is.
Yeah, we don't have as much to talk about between ourselves.
I forgot. We've got upcoming shows and events.
Oh, we did. We missed that last time. Yeah. We're gonna get sued if we do it again.
Yep. Okay. Is that okay, Mark B? We'll transition into that.
Yep. We'll get going there.
Oh, and I should note here, we are still planning on doing a special CoCo 4 episode in the future, getting all those people on board. It is coming. Don't give up hope. We will do that. Very cool. So upcoming conventions, trade shows of interest to CoCo people. So up next weekend is the Retro Computer Festival, November 15th and 16th at Cambridge in the UK. This year's theme is gaming. Anyway, there are links in the show notes to this, but you can probably search for that as well. This is always a great festival, and there's always dragon people there. And again, cool stuff. Someday when I'll make it to England in the fall, I will have a chance to go check these out because I really want to see Cambridge. It's one place I really want to go. Coming up shortly after that is Retro SC, which is a general retro show in Brazil with lots of CoCos and CoCo clones like the CP400.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
We should make Mark the talking head since I have nothing to show.
Nothing to show? Okay. Hi, I'm the talking head. Okay, this year's Retro SC is a general.
Getting there.
No, you could show links to these, by the way. But anyway, Retro SC.
I'm not going to type them in for the video. Come on, man.
No. Okay. Retro SC, retro show in Brazil is November 15th, which will be next weekend in Florianópolis, SC, Brazil. I understand this is an island off the East Coast.
Oh, there they are.
It is fairly temperate. Well, I guess it's like right at the equator, slightly below it. So it's going to be pretty warm. It's supposed to be pretty nice. There is a site in Portuguese. You can go check it out. Erico Montero has given a schedule that is posted in the show notes if you want to go see what's going on. They would love to have any of us to come drop down, talk with them, and hang out in real life, which would be really cool. And I understand this is a pretty good time of year to go visit Brazil.
Sorry about that, Mark. This was a case of TMI. There was a whole bunch of minute links and so forth, and it confused me, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do anymore.
No problem. No problem.
There's the title for that one, right?
Okay. I gotta find you so I can bring you back up on the screen again.
Oh yeah, let me learn my job here on the.
Yeah, Rick and I don't have enough time to work this out each week, so we don't.
I had no idea until we were actually in pre-show.
So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have given you a heads up yesterday. No. Oh, look at that, Retro SC. Okay. Anyway, it looks like it'll be really cool. And it's interesting that, well, I guess it's not interesting that people all around the world have interest in older computers just like we do. And, you know, that they're get together and
still play with them.
Yep, still play with them. Yep. So an interesting segue. Years ago, I took a class in college. It was fencing as a PE class. And fencing is a worldwide thing. There are fencing places everywhere. So if you can fence, you can go anywhere in the world and share an activity with somebody. Anyway, and for people who don't know, fencing is sword fighting.
Yes. No reason to do this. I just wanted.
I thought that was something for the ranch and farmers.
The fencing?
Nope.
Yeah.
In this case, it's
that part's boring. Yeah.
In this case, it's a foil, saber, or épée. And I guess some places they have a rapier. They also battle with.
Depending on where you go, yeah. A rapier if you're in Texas.
Anyway, okay, coming up.
No reason to go here. I just wanted to put World of Commodore up on the screen for a really long time on a CoCo show.
It's because, Rick, we're more tolerant and accepting nowadays. Actually, I had a Commodore way before I ever had a color computer. I got my first Commodore in 1986. This is a portable SX. It's 30 pounds of luggable, but you know, it's nice. Anyway, that would be coming up. Yes, it was nice. I loved it. Most of my family had Commodores, so having that, I could follow along with the software and see what was going on. And there's a lot of cool things with the Commodore. So, anyway, coming up after this shortly here, World of Commodore is December 6th and 7th in Mississauga, Ontario. I think I got that pronounced right. At the Admiral Inn, the show warmly embraces enthusiasts of all retro computing gear because we're all friends now. Not just the Commodore computers, although the Super Pet does have a 6809 in it and runs a version of OS 9 Level 1. And that was, of course, built at University of Waterloo, the Super Pet.
Well, you know what happened the last time we had a Sunday, December 7th?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, hopefully nothing like that will happen in Ontario this year. Anyway, moving up. Oh, yep, coming right along. I did get talking about the Tandy Retro Show coming up the last weekend of January. I did get an email from Joel Evie that he wants to give a presentation this year. So I need to get him penciled in. Haven't heard from anybody else yet, but I'd really love to hear from you. You can send me an email at registration@tandyretroshow.com, and I will get your event. I should plug this again on Facebook again. I will get your event scheduled in. I got to drop a calendar, but it will be like last year's, and you can show off something for 50 minutes or so. Anyway, website you see here is tandyretroshow.com, and yep.
Do you accept wild cards? So I've got a half a dozen things I could talk about unless someone else talks about it first. So
no, sure.
I just say, here's 6 things. Yeah. If anything's left, let me know.
You know, the thing about this is designed to throw a spotlight on stuff that, you know, we can spend a little bit longer than we do on our, you know, projects and acquisitions on this show.
Right.
You know, and it, you know,
I just don't want to. I just don't want to be the 7th guy with the same spotlight. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So we can always skip over it or whatever. But you know,
do you have a page where we can see like what people are already thinking?
I'll get one posted up. I only got 2 people so far, and I'll get a page up. So
okay.
Yep, that's all I need. So yep, don't panic. But yeah, you got a deep bench. It sounds like so. And again, you know, it's like, you know, this kind of grew out of the COVID thing where, you know, we had to do we didn't have to, but we did. We did a virtual Tandy CoCo Fest, and we did a virtual the year after 2021. We did a virtual fest for the Dragon people, and they were some of the best shows that CoCo Talk ever had. I mean, as far as views, people were hungry for something, and it's better than nothing. But you know, Jim Brain's idea, yeah.
Even today, I mean, I'm starting to Jones. I miss VCF Midwest, so I'm kind of jonesing for a computer show now. You know?
Yeah, understand.
Let's go on and have one.
Yeah, that's like, and there's going to be people like.
Right now, flying is not the best.
Right. Oh, right. Well, yeah, hop on your whatever.
Anyway, I mean, a virtual fest is great. I mean, people that might not feel comfortable going to a show or can't make a show for whatever reason, if they got something, all they got to have is a fairly decent internet connection and time to do a presentation of some sort. You know, bar is very low, and we're just glad you're willing to share with the community. And I said, I do this because, you know, I want the people want to share the information, and
nice.
You know,
nice.
And I have some skills and a little technology to make it happen. Anyway, so please send me something you'd like to do. We'll keep it down to an hour. If we really need to, we can go a little bit longer. Last year we had one that was the 2-hour slot because they were covering a lot of stuff. It was a drive recovery from was it the company in Tacoma, Washington? Who was it?
It was myself, Curtis, and Paul Fiscarelli.
Right. And who was the company there in Tacoma that was drive was from?
Oh, that was the Spectral Associates.
Spectral Associates, yeah. Backup drive recovery, and there was a ton of cool stuff on there. Ton. From an archaeological standpoint, there was like source code for stuff on there. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, and also had what's that game? River Rage.
Sounds right. River Rage.
Yeah, River Rage 2.
River Rage, yeah.
Yep, it wasn't totally finished though, but Curtis was able to recover enough of it to have like you could see it where they were going with it.
Yep, cool stuff. That was definitely worth the 2-hour time slot. No problem at all. But anyway, just try to keep it down to an hour so you don't spend a lot of time, but you know, get your stuff out there. You know, it's like, you know, show what you got.
So
anyway, that's coming up.
Yeah, if you don't go to the retro show, you're going to have to go to Vancouver. Or no, Montreal.
In winter. Yes.
Rue Saint-Jacques.
Yes, Frederick is not with us today.
I can't roll my R's properly. Sorry, folks.
I can't either.
Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. Yeah.
So the same weekend, VCF Montreal is going to be held at the Royal Military College outside of Montreal. You can find this on that's the VC Fed website, by the way, vcfed.org. They have all the VCFs there. And so you can go and check the link and see what's going on. I understand Stockmaster is supposed to be there, and I believe Jim Gary is going to be there as well. That sound right?
Sounds right. I can't find the list right away, but
Yes, that is the rumor mill that has been grinding, is that both Jim Gary and Sockmaster may be in the same building at the same time.
We get cool.
That would be
people all
so
at once.
cool.
Oh, this is all just on elsewhere. Never mind.
The CoCoNation, the bar is very low. Thank you, Exile. Our protection values are so low that anybody can join.
We still trip sometimes. So
Always, always. But we're so glad for all of you that show up every week. It looks like there's 27 on YouTube, and there's probably another 6 or 8 on Twitch. And we usually get 250 to 350, 400 views throughout the week on YouTube. So we appreciate every one of you listening to us.
Because they can fast forward.
Yep. Well, also, I bet a lot of people, they have a commute where they can, listen to the audio.
Yeah, you
version.
listen as you go. I know. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. Okay, VCF Montreal. After that is the big one, at least for us. That is CoCo Fest 2026, which is going to be April 24th and 25th. As mentioned, the Glenside meeting this past week, and the hotel rates are locked in. Go to the Glenside website, glensideccc.com. You will get the registration code, so you get the best rate, and get your rooms booked. And probably in the next month or two, they're going to have a registration for the tables. Anyway, this is a big one for all of us, and where most of us get to see each other in real life. So we always look forward to it. It's a really busy time, but it's always a lot of fun. Anyway, what more to say about it? Nothing, I guess, at the moment. Another
Now,
VCF.
if you go to the website, those links actually work.
Excellent. Plan. I love it when a plan comes together. And more VCF goodness. VCF LATAM, I think it's Latin America, 2026 is coming up. It is going to be same weekend, April 24th, 26th at Baja Blanca, Argentina. Anyway, Spanish, of course. And should be more goodness. Hopefully it'll be a good turnout. Maybe somebody will make it down there, be able to share with us some pictures at the very least. Usually VCF's really good about posting pictures of the event after the fact. So still ones from Pacific Northwest from 2018 and 2019. Anyway, and that reminds me that coming up shortly after that is VCF Pacific Northwest has returned. It is going to be, instead of at the Living Computer Museum, which unfortunately no longer exists, it's going to be at Community Center in Tukwila, Washington, which is actually a little bit further south than Seattle. That's great for me because I'm driving, so it'll be like 3.5 hours instead of 4 hours. Anyway, it is being sponsored by the Interim Computer Museum, which are the people that have been doing the these interim computer festivals the last couple of years, trying to get the things primed for a VCF again. So looking forward to seeing all those people again. It seems to be the same people that come every time. So I've made a few friends there. And I'm looking forward to attending this. It's the weekend after CoCo Fest, but that's good. It means I just keep my bags packed. So
please wash everything between.
I will. Anyway, that is all the stuff we have on the event calendar for the time being. If you have some sort of event, even if it's a single one-day thing, like some of these that pop up in, like Manitoba every once in a while, please get them to our attention so we can start plugging them, because even though we have a small audience here, people talk to people, and who knows, might, mention something that's in outer Mongolia, well, not outer Mongolia, but, somewhere in South America or Europe that they know somebody and they found out about the event and they go see it. So it's all good. Anyway, Mark B, I think that's all we got this week.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, getting off.
And my headphone batteries are still good, so
getting up off the floor these days a little bit harder.
Yeah, you got to bounce twice, right?
Yeah, it's like ow. All right, so
I got one more quick thing I'd like to show off, if I can.
Yeah. Yep.
You finished something during the show, of course.
Oh, somebody
We're
else.
only 2 hours in. We're only 2 hours in. Let's stretch it out some more.
Something. So if you pull up my screen real quick, I'm going to share.
As soon as you can find you.
Oh, somebody's playing Pac-Man.
I was playing Pac-Man. The ultimate keyboard test.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least it wasn't you, Troy.
Okay, now keyboard bezels have been printed.
By what? With who?
By Bill Athing.
Ah.
So I finally figured out how to use KiCad to generate the bezel shape that he could extrude and print out
Okay.
So hopefully in the next week or so, I'll actually have some of these to.
You can do that with KiCad?
You can do shapes. So I used the user layer and drew lines. Actually drew rectangles, filled rectangles, and
right.
That made basically a filled shape that he's able to extrude to like 8.5 millimeters.
Right.
Tall.
I mean, isn't it? KiCad's kind of like you draw something flat, and then you can stretch that up, and then you can punch holes into it. But it's always like you take a surface, you do something to that surface, and
manipulate it.
So you do the purple. So you do the bottom layer, and then you pull it up some, and then you kind of cut down around it a little bit. And once you learn that process, you can make anything.
Right.
I've always said KiCad is just a schematic capture program. So you're talking about actually delving into 3D model stuff.
It's like Blender. Yeah. What the heck doesn't it do?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think of it as doing? That's what it does.
Yeah.
No problem with that. It would be easier there because I actually had the keys kind of 3D modeled in there so I could see where.
Oh, right. They have models for all kinds of crap already, which is really handy.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure those out, how to get them in there. And once I did, I realized, hey, that's what I needed.
That's my work's all done. I don't have to draw this thing. Here's the drawing.
KiCad is a great program to support because it's open source. I believe their sponsor is CERN in Switzerland. But, it's like, it's not like you're contributing to something that might, disappear down the road or, get monetized in some way.
Its only problem is like every open source program, it has the shotgun AI where someone just took all of the crap and blew it onto the screen, and wherever it landed, that's where it is. There's no coordination. There's no, So you just have to have checklists. And what do I do to make this thing work? What do I do to make that thing work? And once you have your checklists, you're all good.
Sounds like a good thing to make a quick guidebook put out.
There's millions of them. There are millions of them. You just have to find the guy that's doing the same thing you want to do because the program has no relation to the application that you're using it for. You just have to find someone that's using that program for what you want to do.
Right.
And your goal.
Sounds like recipe book. Sounds like a good thing. So.
Right. We need the Betty Crocker KiCad book.
Exactly.
Flip to, roasts.
Or cobbler.
Right.
Or bread.
Yeah, it's all flour. Anyway.
So XI wants to know, Rick, are you going to be doing schematic layout in Blender?
No, I've got both KiCad and Blender, so I take pictures in one and draw it out in the other.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach myself Blender mainly for this project. So
that's the shotgun AI. You need checklists to do anything in Blender.
Right.
I know how to do videos in Blender. I'm starting to learn a little 2D modeling, but it's the same damn program. These things have no relation to each other. And they're using kind of the same AI, which is the whole problem. Because when you're thinking video and you're thinking 2D modeling and 3D modeling, it's a whole different mindset. And yet this program goes both ways. So it's
Okay, Mark B, I think we're ready to wrap it.
We probably should, or we're going to go fall
Stick a fork in it.
All that we never come out of.
I will want to put on a plug though. Game On Challenge coming up this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific time on Discord. Join the Discord. Download the game of the week and the game of last week and put it in your favorite emulator or on your actual hardware. If anybody wants to know how to do actual hardware with video capture, I can give you a whole bunch of hints. And hey, come join the Discord and let's play the game together. It's in the Discord.
Now, one thing I've got to say here is I think Wingnut's been sitting too close to that smoker.
But
he's burnt half his jacket.
Oh, dang. Quick, Wingnut, turn around.
And your fro's getting smaller too.
Turn around. Your right side scorched. Turn around.
Even it out.
Why am I turning around?
Because you're sitting right too close to the smoker because half your jacket is black now.
It's a video joke. You wouldn't get it.
My chicken ready yet?
Oh, you guys want to see it? Oh, that's fine. I can
Yeah.
save it. Oh, save your food. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Oh,
guys
yeah, let's see. Food
Let's see
progress.
chicken.
He wants more just to see it. We want to serve it up.
What are you smoking it with, by the way?
CoCo
Let me
cooking.
swap the camera. There we go. So there you go. There's the
Alright,
temperature,
cool.
about 250. What I've been
Yep,
hitting.
nice and low.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Made in my backyard.
Yeah.
beautiful. What are you smoking with?
There you
Like
go.
apple or?
Chicken and hot links. Yeah. And there's the fire.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Actual wood, not pellet crap.
No, I don't do
Yeah.
no pellet grills. We're not doing that. Oh, that's my yard.
Right? That's such as the get. Yeah.
Well, it's looking good.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Okay. Well, on that note,
this concludes another episode of the CoCoNation, the world's leading live interactive talk show featuring the Tandy-Color computer. For all things the CoCoNation, visit us on the web at thecoconation.com. We'd love to hear from you. Send feedback, suggestions, even segments via email to show@thecoconation.com. The CoCoNation show would not exist without the community and its cast and crew. The CoCoNation theme song, copyright 2022, D. Bruce Moore. Mixed, mastered, and produced by D. Bruce Moore. The CoCoNation is over. Join us on the CoCo Discord server. CoCo forever.
Hey,
Did we
just
have
came
the-
in for the last for the credits.
Just in time.
Thank you, Frederick.
Hi, bye. I got
Oh,
one of those
Frederick.
from my mortgage company once, a hello goodbye letter. That was fun.
Did
So,
I
Frederick,
miss
do you have
the
any
game,
updates?
No, I
Did
don't
I
have
miss-
any update. Well, actually, I do have some sort of an update.
You did miss it, Nick.
It was at the beginning.
If you
did I miss
program PLDs, don't
Uh-huh.
use the beta version of WinCouple. Use the
WinCouple,
old
really?
one. Yeah, and use
Oh.
the command line version of it because
Mm.
it's super flaky. But I thought that the new version WinCouple 2 would be
Mhm.
better, but
Right? No, you were wrong, eh?
New is not always better.
totally.
Well, thank you. I will keep my old one.
Oh yeah, command
Yeah.
line all the way. And
how many-
yeah, it took me a few days to figure it out, but then
Yeah.
when I started to analyze it, is it something's wrong? Wait,
It's screwing everything up. Yeah.
yeah.
how
So
many
I,
PCLDs did you fry figuring that out?
What?
fried two.
Really?
Did it actually
Fried 'em.
boil them?
Yeah,
what?
yes.
Oh,
See, so I actually
dang.
what I did, I had to put some resistors because otherwise,
I
too
didn't
much
know. I
current.
couldn't hear nothing. Okay.
Wow. So,
Oh.
yeah. New is not better.
No, exactly. Well, it does say beta, right? So it's not necessarily.
Well, yeah, you're stupid if you
But-
use it, but
But by the time it says
there-
beta, it means that all of the dangerous things should have been probably eliminated. So that's kind of disingenuous.
right.
So the beta status was beta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually an alpha, but they wanted to, push it
yeah.
up.
There's an alpha that they decided to release to the friendly beta testers.
And
Now we killed all those with Project Ducky.
That's right.
Project Ducky.
It's an XK. Dilbert?
No, Dilbert.
Dilbert, yeah.
Okay.
So Frederick, the very, very first Dilbert cartoon I ever saw was, I think it was January of 1993. And the pointy-haired boss tells Dilbert, why don't you send this stuff to our friendly beta testers? And Dilbert says, we don't have any friendly beta testers. We killed them all with Project Ducky.
Okay.
okay. Well, till next week. We'll see you later.
That's a good exit.